And thus came man into this new world, making the wild his habitat, conquering the forces of nature, bringing his presence to the unspoiled wilderness, touching it with his will to live. And with that will came the change that was never-ending and inevitable. And with time came the outsiders to leave their indelible mark on this place they were to call Florida. And in 1845, a new country called the United States gained a new state, which was to carry on the name Florida, a place of flowers. And here in its north-central highlands around the military settlement of Fort King was established the county of Marion, taking its name from the famed swamp fox, General Francis Marion, and a township called Ocala, after an ancient Indian name, Ocala, for the golden fruit that sprang from its fertile soil. It was to be another 100 years before Ocala-Marion County, Florida, was to see its bright promise of the future. This, then, was the beginning. It is, as with all communities, the past. The tribulations are behind us, and we come to the now. For Ocala and Marion County, the time is now, and this now time is full of youthful enthusiasm and expression. Full, too, of imagination which reaches out to the boundaries of the county, boxing the compass with the treasure of its resources. To the east, the primeval splendor of the Ocala National Forest, preserving the wonders of eternal nature to fascinate today's explorer just as it beckoned to the conquistador and the Seminole. To the south, Lake Weir sparkles as a haven from the tiresome cares that wrinkle the brow of 20th century man. The setting sun casts patterned shadows on the lush pasture lands to the west, which are the breeding grounds of a vast and opulent thoroughbred industry, and a home to a portion of Florida's growing beef cattle empire. To the north, the golden harvest of Florida citrus, since 1875 making a vital contribution to the agribusiness of Marion County. And in the center, the heartland of this youthful, aggressive now place, Ocala, the nerve center for municipal planning, the boardroom for the area's growing industrial giants. The winner's circle for some of the mightiest champions in the sport of kings. And the Merlin's chamber of magic, from which spills an endless stream of entertainment to captivate a mobilized national audience every day of the year. Yes, Ocala, Silver Springs, Six Gun Territory, Rainbow Springs, International Deer Ranch are notations scribbled on the itineraries of thousands of vacationers in Florida every year. And now that we've mentioned those names, you probably know right where we are. You remember charting your way down Interstate 75 from Ohio and Illinois, Indiana, and maybe even Toronto, Canada. You Downeasterners and New Yorkers probably came in on US 301. Our Western visitors, as far away as Texas, may have homed in on Highway 27. And it's entirely possible that some of you dropped off on your way home from Miami by way of the magnificent Sunshine State Parkway. Whatever path you took, it's a healthy guess that your stopover included a look in at this gentleman. And if you've never seen him, you've certainly heard of Ross Allen and his Reptile Institute.
In 1929, came here from Winter Haven, Florida. and built my shop back in the swamp and built a boardwalk to it over the water. And that's the way we started. Marion County has a great variety of terrain and habitats for animals. The Ocala National Forest, east of us here, is a great, wonderful place. It's outstanding in the world. In fact, people come from all over the world to see it. And the Ocala National Forest is tremendously interesting from the standpoint of the sand pine, the sand dunes that are millions of years old, and how they were formed, and the relic plants that live there, which is a habitat then for animals and birds and reptiles.
The newer residents of Marion County, what do they find today?
I think they find the same thing I have. They found friendly people that are not in a wild rush to get somewhere. They have time to visit, time to talk. There's beauty along the highways. There's it's a good church town. It's a good, friendly city, Ocala. Actually, Marion County is the most beautiful county. It's my choice of the whole state.
That youthful touch of enthusiasm we mentioned reaches into every facet of Marion County's existence. Nowhere is it felt more than in its growing industrial complex. Not shoes and ships and sealing wax, but mobile homes and industrial saw blades roll off the production lines in Ocala's industrial park. New names are added almost daily to the roster of products: medical supplies and cosmetics, tools for agriculture, and the citrus industry. What encourages the new industry in Marion County? George Brightwell, Ocala Saw and Tool Company.
Well, as you look at north central Florida, I think that you'll find that Ocala stands out. Ocala being a progressive, beautiful city with interest in industry, cooperation from city officials, that with the fight that you have in business today, and any businessman is going to agree with this, that it's minimized here in Ocala. I think we're open to all types of industry. Ocala, my personal feelings on Ocala is that we should diversify, as we have in the past, and continue this diversification. This brings in more and more skilled labor to the area, which, of course, is in great need. In my type of industry, it's all skilled labor. In other types of industry, you do have some general labor and other skill. But as we're growing with the new industries coming in, so diversified, from electronics to mobile homes to clothing to my type of product line, then this is where we need people that have interest in machining, in construction, those interested in electronics. We offer such a wide diversification for the labor market that I hope that we'll draw more and more people to live in this beautiful community and find employment here with equitable income.
The Marion County school system is meeting the challenge of a young and growing community. At the elementary and high school levels, the youthfulness is evident in the faculty as well as the students. Mrs. Shirlea Nesters, Spanish 1.
Buenos días, clase. Voy a pasar lista. I feel that here in Marion County, we are stocked with a well-trained teaching and administrative staff, now in the process of making use of all the latest technological advancement and organization of our program. Our aim is to stimulate and to develop intellectual, cultural, vocational, and social achievement among the students. We want to provide them with the best possible education. We want to enable each student to develop his maximum potential and to stimulate his desire to continue to progress so that he may successfully and ultimately find his place in society.
This is also a form of education for the young and not so young in Marion County. The School of Cosmetology is only one facet of the new curriculum at Central Florida Junior College, where bricklaying and arc welding are taught side by side with nursing, police law enforcement, electronics technology, and the arts and music. The junior college school system is in use throughout the state of Florida. However, Marion County is extremely proud of their junior college. Dean of Student Affairs, Jim Gilligan.
The junior college affords opportunities to many people. Most of the students come for one or two reasons, either to enter the college parallel or the transfer program, in which they have ultimate goals to transfer to a four-year institution. The other students have primarily in mind the idea to enter the job market after they have entered a two-year program at the junior college. The third type of program, which is attractive to students, is what we might call the programs for adult enrichment. Central Florida Junior College began its existence in 1958 when we registered 320 students. In 1971, we registered over 1,500.
Between 1940 and 1950, a new and unusual industry began to develop in Marion County: the breeding of thoroughbred racehorses, a development that was to have a profound influence on the now Marion County. Mr. Harry Frelinghuysen.
I've followed racing endeavors, breeding endeavors of Florida for a great many years before I came down here. At first I thought that what had happened in Florida, the good horses they had produced, it was just luck. But then year after year of noticing and watching what the Florida breds had done, I knew it wasn't luck. I knew that there must be something here. And I came down and I looked for myself, and I saw one of the most golden, agriculturally opportunity lands that I've ever seen in my life. Now, I know it's good for horses. I watched them up north. In the winter, there's thawing, there's freezing, there's mud, there's everything. Here, my horses can stay out 24 hours a day in practically any climate. They have got to grow stronger. Now, any man who's observed horses, I've observed my yearlings over the years, I know that my yearlings here in Florida are twice as strong as they would possibly be up north. Now, since I came down, something else happened to me. It isn't just the horses. I've fallen in love with your land. I've fallen in love with the terrain. I've fallen in love with these trees. I've fallen in love with the sun, the climate, the people, the whole works. Everything.
This is Ocala now. This is Marion County now. These are the reasons that Marion County is for you now. For further information on your place in this young, ambitious part of America, write to the Ocala-Marion County Chamber of Commerce, Ocala, Florida, 32670. Do it now.